What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is Man United Central. Whoa, the light is kind of dark. What is going on? What is going on with this? All right. Anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Listen, people, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you being here. Let's see what we got. All right. And we're going to get straight right into it and to see what is going on with Man United. What is our latest updates? What is going on with, do we have any new transfers? The thumbnail there talks about, Amad Diallo, right? It is World Amad Diallo. Man, Amad Diallo in that game yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't keep track of my days, man. I can't keep track of my days, right? Amad Diallo was amazing, all right? He was my man of the match, hands down. Okay. But before we get into Hamad Diallo, we're going to jump into some pieces that Fabrizio Romano was talking about, right? So according to Fabrizio Romano, these are the positions we're going to be focusing next, right? The signings that we're going to make next, they'll be coming from these positions: center back, left back, and midfield, right? All right, center back, we know, okay, we already got Lenioro in, but we know for a fact that we need someone else, right? We need someone else to come in there to help in that center back position, right? So if I was to predict, I'm sure you guys can do the same thing, we could well be Matthias de Ligt. Because, listen, Branthwaite, I don't think it's going to happen, because with Branthwaite, what it is if we were to go back to Branthwaite and work a deal with Everton, it will look kind of, and then we end up overpaying, then it will set a bad precedent, right? It will set a bad precedent saying like, hey, you know what? If teams want to, if we want to make a deal with Man United, just hold off a little bit. Don't accept the deal right there, because eventually they'll come back. People, as you're coming in, smash a like. I appreciate you being here. This is Man United Central. I'm your boy. We're talking about what is going on with Man United, where we're at with Amad Diallo, with the transfers coming in. Where are we at this moment in time? What's going on, Graham? Welcome, man. I appreciate you being here. Smash a like as you're coming in, people. So yeah, so according to Fabrizio Romano, we're going to be talking about, he priority position right now going forward is center back, left back, and midfield. So according to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United is focusing on strengthening three crucial areas, which is center back, left back, and midfield. This move is a strategic aiming to bolster our squad depth and ensure that we have quality to compete at the highest level. What's going on, man? So, as I was saying, to me, the way I'm thinking is the players that I'm thinking can come in that, especially in the center back position. It is going to be, I don't know, I have a feeling it's going to be de Ligt. It's not going to be Branthwaite, because, again, to go back to them, it's going to be like, okay, we are going in there kind of, looking kind of weak. And Everton, if they were to lower their price, then they will be like, okay, I know we couldn't get our sale to happen. So now all of a sudden we are, we're jumping in saying, okay, Man United, you can come in. And then because we're struggling with cash, we may be cash strapped, then, we're willing to work with you guys and then give you Branthwaite. So Everton may be like, you know what, nah, we're not going to do that. So Man United, I think Branthwaite deal could be off the table. But de Ligt definitely on the table. The personal terms agreed. We see reports that Bayern Munich, they're willing to let him go, of course, right? And Ten Hag, we see reports that he was talking about this. We've never seen this before, like a manager talking about a player that is not their player yet, talking about, hey, you know what, I've been wanting this player for the longest time, and I'm happy that if he was to come to Man United, right? So, which is interesting. We shall see. All right, in the midfield position, of course. It has to be the UGARTE, man. UGARTE is going to be that player that I think, we should be getting. Yes, yeah, Graham, what's up, man? Welcome, man. I appreciate you. Make sure to special like Graham. Graham, have you subscribed though? Make sure you subscribe, my brother. All right. So midfield is going to be definitely. I think it's going to be Ugarte. Left back position. I don't know. Do you guys think that we may be going back for Sergio Reguilon? Because again, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it could be Sergio Reguilon in that to help us in that left back position. Because again, he's a player that he's already been in the club. He already knows how we roll. He already knows how Ten Hag wants to play ball. So he could definitely work for us. I don't know if we're going to go for Sergio Reguilon. That is what I'm thinking. I may be way off on this. All right. Let's look at other news. Well, there have been reports that Facundo Pellistri could be on a move, right? And that's another one because when it comes to these transfers going on in Man United, Pellistri has been that player. Like when it comes to Uruguay's national team, he always plays, right? So he definitely has the quality, right? The quality that he can represent his national team, right? And there are teams out there looking at him, and this could be another player that we can definitely get some kind of money, right? So according to reports, Panathinaikos is in advanced talks with United for Facundo Pellistri, right? The negotiations are going well. The only thing that's left is to agree on the fees, and basically the move could be crucial for Pellistri's development already. But again, Facundo Pellistri hasn't been really so positive that he wants to go to Panathinaikos. It's a Greek club. Again, the Greek league is not all that, and obviously Pellistri, he's always his name is always on the starting lineup for Uruguay, so he wants to definitely get to a better league if he was to leave Man United, right? And of course, we've seen that Ten Hag doesn't really rate Facundo Pellistri, so him leaving, I don't think that will be really something that a lot of us didn't anticipate, right? All right, let's jump into another news. Manuel Ugarte, right? When it comes to the midfield, definitely Ugarte. So United are actively pursuing Manuel Ugarte, who could form a formidable partnership with Kobe Mainoo in that midfield. The next few days will be crucial in finalizing the transfer, right? Which could significantly enhance our midfield options. Guys, listen, I have this feeling, man. I don't know, right? I'm getting something like it could be like a Wednesday thing. By Wednesday, we may get something on this Ugarte deal because the way it's advancing, Ugarte, it's just a matter of us, finalizing the deal with the PSG as far as the fees, how much they want, and then we agree on the fees, and then he could be our player because we know for a fact that PSG definitely want João Neves, right? For them to get João Neves, they want to get some of our money, right? We're going to basically fund the move for them to get João Neves, right? So everybody's kind of on a time frame that, listen, let's agree on something here real quick. That way, United, you get Ugarte. You're happy, right? Because you've identified, Man United have identified Ugarte as that guy who can work with Kobe Mainoo, right? And then we give PSG some money. PSG get João Neves. Everybody's happy, right? And imagine this: all these deals, Jorge Mendes, the super agent, is in the middle of all that. So it's crazy. But I think we're going to be able to finalize this deal here very, very soon. All right. What else is going on in the transfer? There's talks that Man United, when it comes to Chido Obi Martin, the deal is imminent, right? Chido Obi Martin, I don't know if you guys haven't seen my previous video talking about this kid. This kid is their next generational talent. He's 18-year-old, if I'm not mistaken, from Arsenal. Contract at Arsenal had expired. Arsenal tried to sign him, and he said, you know what? Nah, the deal and the terms that you're providing don't really work for me. And he felt like, look, he can go somewhere else to secure a better deal. So he came to Carrington, and we showed him around. We showed him, all these players that have gotten to that next level after coming, after going up from that youth team to that first team, and and I think we may have had convinced him that he said, "Listen, Man United is the place for me," right? So, according to reports, is that Man United are pushing hard to finalize the Chido Obi Martin deal as soon as possible. He, after visiting the Carrington, and his decision is expected imminently. This signing could be a significant boost to the squad depth and future prospects, right? Listen, Chido Obi Martin, right? Remember that name, Chido Obi Martin. Remember we were talking about in the past, Mason Greenwood, we considered him as a generational talent, right? Because generational talents are those kids that come into the game that, they don't come often. But this kid, from what he's done so far, is in that level. And if he chooses to come to Man United, because we have a track record of getting players to get to that next level, right? It's going to be amazing, right? It's going to be another huge coup because Arsenal, again, they're going to be upset because another one of their players, because they, in the past, remember Robbie Van Persie, he left them, he came to Man United, he lifted that trophy, right? So again, it's going to be another huge, amazing prospect, leaving them come to us because you know what? We're the big club, man, right? We're the big club. That's what we do, right? So hopefully we can secure this kid because again, he could be another one of those young prospects that can be what fourth choice striker because he's a striker and we need strikers, right? So we shall see. All right. So let's jump into other news, right? According to reports that Amad Diallo is set to play a significant role for Manchester United this season. The club is planning to extend his contract, demonstrating how much they value him in the future. Diallo's growth and the potential make him a key player to watch, right? So, guys, listen. Amad Diallo, right? Amad Diallo, we saw what he can do um, from that game against Rangers. You can see in that game, right? Amad Diallo was one of those players that you can see that he was ready. Amad Diallo was hungry. Amad Diallo was ready to perform. Like he feels like, look, I'm going in each chance I get, I'm going to make sure I get out there and kill it. And that's what Amad Diallo. That's the vibe I picked up from him, right? And to me, that is amazing to see because you know what? Yes, he's been sent on loan and all this stuff. And maybe Ten Hag has told him, look, man, your time will come, your time will come. And each time he was given a chance, listen, he provided us something different, something that we didn't have in that right wing side, right? That goal against Rangers, cutting in and, burying it at the bottom left-hand corner, amazing. And that's something that we don't have because Jadon Sancho, Anthony, even Garnacho, really, they don't play like him. He's one of those good old-fashioned wingers, right? They want to take on players and just cause havoc in opponents' defense, right? So let's see what. Let me check something. What Ten Hag had to say about Amad Diallo, right? So on that game against Rangers, these are his stats. His stats were he had 2 shots, 1 goal, 86% passing accuracy. He had 25 out of 29 passes completed. He had 3 chances created. Come on, man. This kid is just something else, man. So again, according to Fabrizio Romano, Amad Diallo is expected to be an important player for Man United this season. A new contract will be a topic in the coming months, right? So let's see. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. So Ten Hag said this about Amad Diallo. At the end of last season, he had a very good time in our first team and played some good games. Now, for this season, this has to be the year. It's great that he starts this. He starts like this, right? Talking about obviously the Rangers game, right? So basically, Ten Hag continues saying, look, we have to see Ahmad in a different way. Of course, he's young, but he's experienced. At the end of the season, he had a very good time. This season has to be his year. So again, guys, listen, Amad Diallo, this season, it has to be his season. I like to hear that from Ten Hag because, listen, obviously he's going to get a chance. He's going to get a chance to demonstrate what he's all about, right? And knowing Amad Diallo, he's going to grab that chance by the scruff of the neck and, make sure that he delivers, right? So this is really good to see because Ten Hag, again, he believes in him. Yes, Ahmad had to wait for his chance, right? He had to wait for his chance. And I think, according to Ten Hag, this will be Ahmad Diallo's chance to, to show what he's all about, right? Let's jump into other news. According to reports, Rasmus Højlund and Christian Eriksen, they will be returning. So this is good news for us because Rasmus and Christian Eriksen will be back at Carrington this week. The return is crucial for our preseason preparations and basically add to that needed experience to the squad, right? Because we want most of our players to be back, but again, we don't want them to be rushed, but we want them back. That way, they can have some preseason games under their legs. That way, they're good to go when we are ready to go. All right. What else we got? We're going to talk about Anthony. There's been some rumors. Anthony's agent has confirmed that he is fully committed to Manchester United and focused on the club. This should put an end to any speculation about his potential, right? Potential future exit of Manchester United on loan. Because the last couple of days we had some news that Anthony could be going out on loan, right? Reports that that Ten Hag has felt like, look, Anthony is not really delivered, so he was willing to let him go out on loan. So we shall see if that really transpires. But according to his agent, Anthony is going to be here this season. He's not going anywhere, right, guys? So that is where we are with Anthony. Scott McTominay. All right, Scott McTominay. United have set a 30 million asking price for Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay, right? This could be a key moment for the Man United's transfer strategy. Depending on how negotiation unfolds, the potential interest is there from a lot of clubs, right? Now, this is what Ten Hag said about Scott McTominay, right? He said, Eric Ten Hag said this. Let me just move it over here. He said, Eric Ten Hag said this: if you score 10 goals, right, in a season and perform very well for Scotland, there will be interest. There you go. So, right, 10 goals in a season and you perform for Scotland, there'll be interest. Ten Hag continues to say, look, we want to actually keep him because he's a very important player for us. We have seen what he can contribute last season, so we want to hold on to him. Now, is this Ten Hag playing mind games, saying like, look, we want to keep him, but we really don't want to keep him? Is it Ten Hag saying, look, we really don't want to sell Scott McTominay, but, if he stays, it's good, right? That way, all these teams that are trying to get him, like Fulham, Galatasaray, they know, like, look, we're not pressed to sell this guy, right? If he stays, we're good, right? Because honestly, from the bench, he can do the job. But do we really want a player only that can do the job? Just if you throw him in, last whatever time that, like, I don't know, last 20, 30 minutes that when you need a game, you just throw him in to do the job. You want a midfielder that can actually contribute in that midfield, because that midfield needs revamp. And Scott McTominay, yes, he's a, Manchester, player from the youth league. He came to the first team. He loves Manchester United through and through. But again, he's one of those players in that midfield that can actually provide us some money, right? He has a value because we thought that, okay, it could be either Scott McTominay or Casemiro leaving. The way it looks now, we thought Casemiro, there's some interest in the Saudi league, but it looks like those interests may have kind of quieted down, right? So now, if you look at it, Scott McTominay is one that has more value than Casemiro right now, because when there's Fulham, Galatasaray, they're looking at him. So listen, if we can get like at least 25 million for him, I will be happy, man. I'll be happy, and then we can go ahead and reinvest that and bring in somebody else, put it and bring in UGARTE, or maybe if we can get him, and maybe if we get offload Hannibal Mejbri, not Mejbri, I mean Hannibal Mejbri, maybe we can get some Zubamendi or something. Then now the midfield is now that the midfield will be all revamped, that we have players that can really making a killing, right? So, all right, let's continue and see what Erik ten Hag says about the vision of Manchester United going forward. In his recent interview, he said, look, Erik ten Hag has shared his vision for Manchester United. He emphasized the need to elevate our standards, norms, and values to reclaim our position as Premier League and Champions League contenders. This vision is exactly what the fans want to see and hear, and provide a clear roadmap for the club's future. Listen, Ten Hag, he knows when he came on board that, listen, the team was a mess, right? The team was a mess, but he worked with it, right? He worked with it. Yes, we finished 8th, but he struggled and did what he had to do, right? But right now, he kind of, the vibe I'm getting from him is like, he feels like, I can speak freely, because Ineos have looked and see, okay, is there another manager out there that is better than me? No. So he's talking about the vision for the future, right? A lot of things are going to be changing. He likes the fact that, listen, some things were taken off his plate when it comes to like recruiting and all this stuff, because now he has proper footballing people handling footballing decisions. So he's happy with that, because he's happy what Omar Barada, Dan Ashworth, Wilcox, Vivel, they've done so far. So he's happy with that, because now he can sit back and just focus on training and coaching these players to play Ten Hag ball, right? Which is amazing to see, right? So guys, listen, this has been a quick one. Make sure to hit the like, make sure to subscribe, hit that follow. I appreciate you all being here. This is Man United Central. I'm your boy Luther. I'm going to talk to you all on the next one. Peace.